Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to make this dress, and you'll need your yarn. You can use one color yarn if you like, but the one that I'm making, person I'm making it for requested some colors at the end, so I have some leftover yarn that I use to put on the end. And you'll need your stitch markers. You can keep one size hook, but for different size, for this size I'm going to use a 3.5 mm hook and a 4.0 mm hook. You need your scissors and your tape measure. Later in the video I'll explain the different size hooks that you'll need to use for your size. Let's get started. So because I'm making for a size small, I'm going to use a 3.5 mm hook. You can use a 4.0 mm hook or a 4.5. So a 4.0 would be for maybe a medium, and then a 4.5 for maybe a large. But if not, you can use the size hook you have. But I'm going to show you what to do to adjust the size if you only have one hook size. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make a slip knot and chain 9. After you made your 9 chains, you're going to enter the first chain and make a slip stitch. Chain 3, yarn over and make 15 double crochets into the center like this. Alright, so it should look something like this. If you're working with a bigger size, for example, if you're a size small but your bust size fits the category of maybe a B or C, as in the cup, then what you can do, instead of double crochets, you can make triple crochets. Now you're going to chain 5, turn your work, and before moving on, the same goes if you're using different size hook. For example, the size 4mm for maybe a medium size. If you have a bigger cup, then you can make your triple crochet. Same for if you're using a 4.5 mm hook and you have a bigger cup, you make triple crochets. So after your chain 5, you're going to turn your work and yarn over twice. I'm going to make triple crochets. So after you yarn over twice, you're going to insert your hook into the second stitch, not the one that you made your chain 5 from, the second one here, and you're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Chain 1, yarn over twice, and repeat until you are at the end. So once again, you chain your yarn over twice, insert your hook into the space, pull up a loop, and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, like so. Chain 1 and continue until you're at the end. So at the end you should have 16 in total, including the chain 5 that you did at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. After you made your last treble crochet, you're going to chain 3, turn your work, and into the space that you made the chain 3 from, you're going to make a picot stitch And you do this by inserting your hook into the space, pull through the loop like this, and make a slip stitch like so. Right, in the space in between you're going to make a single crochet. So you're going to make another picot stitch. So you insert your hook, pull through the loop, and instead of doing a slip stitch, you're going to make a single crochet, chain 3. You're going to insert your hook into these loops at the end where you had your single crochet, like so. Yarn over and pull the yarn through all the stitches there. So I'm going to show one more time. Make your single crochet into this space. On top of the treble crochet, insert your hook, make a single crochet, chain 3, insert your hook at the base, pull up two loops. So when you have all 3 loops, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Alright, so in every space you're going to make your single crochet and continue with your picot stitch until you're at the end. And at the last one on top, you're going to count out 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In that 4th chain, you're going to make your last picot stitch. Like so. After you've completed your first spiral, like it should look like this, you're going to chain 5, but not tight. So a bit looser than your normal grip or normal tension. So after you made your 5 chains, you're going to insert your hook into the bottom of the chain 5 here. So in the first loop, and then in the second loop you're going to make a slip knot like so. In this row of double crochet, if you have a treble crochet here, you'll do the same. Insert your hook and make a slip knot. If you made it with treble crochets, you make 2 slip knots here, right? And then in the center, 1 slip knot. So it should look something like this. Turn your work, yarn over, and make 12 double crochets into that space here. If you're working with treble crochets, you make the same 12 treble crochets. Alright, so after you made your 12 treble or double crochets, you're going to chain 5, turn your work, yarn over twice, and make the same treble crochets into each space. Chain 1. So yarn over twice, make your treble crochet, and then chain 1. So you're going to continue doing this until you have a total of 10, including the chain 5. Alright, so when you have all 10, what you're going to do, at the base of the treble crochet on the other side, right here, you're going to make a slip stitch. So right at the base, make a slip stitch like so. Right? You're going to turn your work and then into the last treble crochet that you made, you're going to insert your hook and make a single crochet like so, chain 3, and make your picot stitch. Like so. In the space, you make a single crochet. On top of the treble crochet, you make your picot stitch. And then you're just going to continue with that until you're at the end here. When you're at the last treble crochet, you'll find the chain 4, so 1 2 3 4. Make your last picot stitch, and then we're going to do the same by making chain 5, so loosely 1 2 3 4 and 5. At the base of the chain 5 that you made, you're going to make a slip stitch like so. In the double crochet here, another slip stitch, and then at the base here where you had the chain 5 right here, you're going to make a slip stitch and turn your work. So once more, you're going to yarn over, make your double or treble crochets, and you make 12. So after you do that, you're just going to basically repeat the same. You chain your 5, turn your work, yarn over twice, and make your treble crochets. Alright, so after you made your 10 treble crochets, and starting at this spiral, the third spiral, you're going to connect it to the first here. So you're going to, whichever side you have to picot, you're going to connect your treble crochets to that side. So that's what we're going to do until you get the length that you desire. The length you can measure from under your collarbone until the top of your navel. So that's the length that you're working with. Or you can make a total, if you have a shorter torso, you can make either 6 spiral. If you have a longer one, then you can make 7, depending on how short you want it. So you have to match it to the length of your body to fit the style that you're going for. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just to connect them. So I'm going to connect it to the third one. So 1 2 3. I'm going to insert my hook into the middle right here and make a slip knot. So that's how you connect them. You're going to turn your work and make your picot on this side, which is the same. Insert your hook, make a single crochet, chain 3. At the base, you're going to make a slip knot, just like that, and in the spaces, you're going to make a single crochet. Alright, so I'm going to finish mine off camera and then show you how it looks when I'm finished. Alright, so for row 4, it's basically the same as row 3. We're going to start off by making 5 chains. Make your slip stitches, 3 slip stitches going down at the base, in the double crochet, and at the center. Right, turn your work, make your 12 double or treble crochets, chain 5, turn your work, yarn over twice, make your 9 more treble crochets, for a total of 10, including the chain 5. And then when you're at, after you've made your 10, as you can see, we're on the next side to where the picot stitch, where we have the picot stitch. So we're going to connect them together, and remember you count 1, 2, 3. On the third you make your slip stitch, so just like that. So after this I'm going to make my picot stitch and repeat the same process. So I'm going to finish mine off camera, and then I'll show you what to do when I'm at the end. Alright, so now that I'm at the last stitch, I switch my hook to my 4.0 mm because I'm going to make my straps now. So I have the length that I desire. If you measure this on yourself, for example, you have 6 spiral and it's a bit too short, you can continue making your spiral. If not, then you just make your straps. So for the size that I'm working on, because I'm going to make slip stitches back to get a thicker strap like this to here, I am going to make 200 chains. If I wasn't going to do the slip stitches, I would have made 150 for a size small. So you can make about 150 to 200 if you want to do the, if you want to get a thicker strap, then you just add 50 more chains to that. So I'm just going to count out until I have about 200 chains. Okay, so I have a total of 200 chains, and to make my slip stitches back, all you need to do is chain 1, and then in the last chain you're going to insert your hook and make a slip stitch, sorry, and continue your way up by inserting your hook into the chain, yarn over and pull through 2. And that's all you need to do to make your slip stitches for your straps. Alright, so I'm going to finish mine off camera and then show you what to do after. Okay, so now that I'm at my last stitch, right, I'm just going to check how it would look. So I want this to be on the inside, so the last spiral I want it to be on the outside, so it'll set like this, right? So because I want it to set like this, that means that I have to make my last, ensure that my last stitch is on this side, inside. So to do that, I'll just do a slip stitch on my last one there, just like that, and chain 1 and cut my yarn just like that. So I'll weave this in later. Alright, so you make the next set. When you do one, it's going to be on the opposite side. So what you can do when you have your extra string here, you just pull it through on the other side, just like so. Alright, and you just tuck this around as well, so you get rid of it at the back as well. Alright, so now that we have our 2 pieces, we're going to make the bottom piece. And to make it easier for you, what we're going to do is to make a chain that is long enough to fit our hip size. So you're going to make a number of chains that can fit your hip size. Alright, so after you've made the number of chains that should match your hip size, and it should be a multiple of 3, what we're going to do is to connect it to the other side. So we just want to make sure that this is straight. So you're going to hold it like this, and then into the first chain that you made, you're going to make a slip stitch. Just like that. So you're going to chain 3 turn your work, and then chain 2, so 1, 2, and then from the where we join the two sides together, you're going to count 2, so 1, 2, and then into the third you're going to make a double crochet. Like so. So chain 2, yarn over, and skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, into the third, make a double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2 spaces, into the third, make a double crochet. So I'm going to continue with this until I'm at the end. Okay, so now that I'm at my last chain 2, I'm just going to join this piece together, so 1, 2, and then in the third stitch make a slip stitch, so just like that. So it's joined together now, right? Now I'm going to put a hold on this, use my stitch marker to keep this in place. Alright, so I have a total of 58 boxes. I'm going to find half of that, which is 29. Alright, so this is the half, and what I'm going to do is to join the top to the skirt, right? To do so, you're going to take the other end of your yarn, and we're going to make the chains for the strap to weave in the back. So I'm going to make about a total of 150 on each side. So after you find half of this, I'm just going to find the center so I have an idea of how I want to place mine. So now that I find the center of the front half of the skirt, I am just going to size up where I want these to be. Alright, so where I have my blue stitch markers, this is where I'm going to stop the space that should be in between the skirt, right? So if you want to follow what I have, I made a total from the center, the middle, 3 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, and I put my stitch marker here on top. So from the top here, I'm going to count out 5 more spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is where I'm going to join the top to the skirt part. So you have your hook and your chains where I have my purple stitch marker. I'm going to remove it and then insert my hook into the space where I have that. I'm going to insert my hook into my 4th picot stitch, so 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, and make a single crochet in the space. I'm going to make 1 single crochet, joining it with the space here. That's the single crochet that we made in between the picot stitch. Make a single crochet on top of the double crochet here, insert your hook and connect your 2nd picot stitch to single crochet. Continue making single crochets. Move on to your 3rd. Single crochet, your 4th picot stitch, single crochet, and where we have our last stitch marker, I'm going to remove that, insert your hook, and in the last picot stitch we make like so, and that's how it looks. You're going to continue with your single crochets until you're at this stitch marker. Now, even though we did one single crochet in this space on this side, we're going to make 2 single crochet in these spaces. So 1, 2, and 1 single crochet on top of the chain, the double crochet, 2 single crochet in the spaces, 1 on top, so now that we're at the stitch marker here, and what you can do, you can count out the same amount of stitches that you did on this side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to mark it. So you remove your stitch marker, insert your hook into the space, get your second piece, make sure that this is on the correct side. I'm just going to line it up. So remember, we started on the 4th from the end, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to start on this one. So insert your hook, bring it through to make a single crochet. In the spaces in between, you're going to make a single crochet with the space between the picot as well. Basically, you just repeat what is on what you did before. Now I'm at the last where my stitch marker is. I'm going to remove that and make my last one. So just like that, and I'm going to make my chains. So the same amount of chains that I made on this side, I'm going to make it on this. So now that's completed, we're going to go back to making the rest of the dress. Now for the rest of the dress, you need to map out where you want to add the increases to get the doll like baby doll effect of the dress. So I know that I want one in the center here where I already have my stitch marker, and then these where you have this prior stitch markers, you can have some there. What I'm going to do is just to count out the spaces in between, and I'll add more ruffles in between. Alright, so I mapped out where I want my ruffles, and it's every 7 stitches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So every 7, right? So I'm going to remove the stitch marker, and I am going to make my double crochets. So for the second row, I'm going to make double crochets, and in the third, continuing the other rows, I'll make treble crochets. So I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work, and since this row is a row for the ruffles, I'm going to yarn over and make a total of 10 double crochets, and in the next chain, the side of it, on top of the double crochet, I'm going to make another double crochet. So chain 2, continue making your chain 2, skip the middle space and make a double crochet on top of the double crochet. So chain 2, skip 2, make your double crochet on top here. So So that is what you're going to do until you're at the next stitch marker, where you make 10 double crochets in the box or in that space. Alright, so now that I'm at my next stitch marker, I'm going to yarn over, make 10 double crochets. And then on top of that double crochet, you make another double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, make your double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, make your double crochet. So you'll continue doing this until you're back at the center here at the back. So now that I'm finished with the first row, I am just going to chain 2 and then connect it to my chain 3 that I did before. On top of the chain 3, I'm going to make a slip stitch to join both sides together. So this is how it looks so far. Then I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then turn my work to the opposite side, and I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, skip the middle space and make a double crochet on top of the double crochet, chain 2, make my double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, so remember we had a chain 2 here before our increase. I'm going to make my double crochet on top there. Now where we have our increase, I'm going to chain 2, yarn over and make a double crochet in the first double crochet in the increase, and chain 2, yarn over, make another double crochet on top of the other double crochet, and continue. So we're not going to skip anything, but in between we're going to make 2 double crochets. So on top of the increase, we should have the same amount of double crochets that we made in the row before. So in the last one, where I have this double crochet coming from the previous double crochets, not from the increase, you're going to yarn over, make your double crochet. So this is what it is looking like so far. So this is where you have your increase to shape your dress. So I'm going to continue with my chain 2 and double crochet, skip 2 double crochets until I'm at the next increase. So when we're at the next double crochet, remember that the last double crochet here where the box is not from the increase, and in the increase now I'm going to chain 2, yarn over, make our double crochets. So 1 double crochet in each with a chain 2 for this space. So 1, 2, yarn over, make your double crochet. Alright, so this is the pattern that you'll follow for row 3. So I'm going to finish mine off camera and then show you what to do when I'm at the beginning part of it, which is around here. Alright, so now that I'm at the last set of increases, I'm going to chain 2 and join the next side together with a slip knot stitch, the slip stitch. Alright, so this is how row 2 is looking like. Now for row 3, all we're going to do is to make some regular boxes to basically finish off the dress. And I'm going to do that with making treble crochet. So I'm going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn my work. I'm going to chain 2, yarn over twice, and make a treble crochet on top of the double crochet in the previous row. So like this, chain 2, yarn over twice, make your treble crochet, chain 2, yarn over twice, insert your hook on top of the double crochet. You don't have to switch the yarn, the type of crochet stitch. You can continue with your double crochet, but you just need to measure on yourself the length that you would want. So this is how the first set of increase look. As you can see, it's already, curving to go up. So I'm at the next set of increases. And I'm just going to do the same that I did on the first one, where I chain 2, yarn over twice, and make my triple crochet. Alright, so this is how it is looking so far. Alright, you can see the curves. Alright, this is how it looks. And then, so now I'm going to finish mine off camera. I'm going to finish everything off camera. Now in this row and the other rows to come, row 5, you're going to just continue making your treble crochet, chain 2 treble crochets, and then you just join it at the end, and then you work on the opposite side, so clockwise, anti-clockwise, just as how you're making it from before. Alright, so I'm going to continue doing this off camera to the length that I desire, and then after I've completed mine, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so this is the finished look of it, as you can see here, and I did a total of 17 rows with treble crochet and 3 rows of double crochet here. Now for the last part of it, and I went ahead, so I did the lacing right here, and all you need to do is to make a chain that is about 150 to 200 if you're going to do the front here only. If you want to lace it from the bottom here to the top, maybe around 250. And just to show you how you would insert your string in the bust, you just take your hook, any size hook, and then you crisscross, insert your hook here into the picot or picot stitch, and just pull it through just like that. The same on this side, insert your hook into the space, wrap your yarn around, and just pull it through. And because we did a chain 3, there should be some sort of a space in between, so it's not in the chain stitches at all, it's just in that space. So that is how the front looks, like that. And the back, all I did with the straps here, I just weave them in to the side here, so you can lace it as how you want it at the back, that fits you. So that is it, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.